In this class, we will discuss about the international banking services. International banking is just like any other banking services, but it takes place across different nations or internationally. That is, banking across different nations or banking services internationally is termed as international banking. It is a type of banking which has branches across the national border, and it is same as the national bank, but it also provides the same services to the international clients also. It is an arrangement of financial services by residential banks of one country to the residents of another country. This is also, or international bank is provision of banking services by one resident bank to the residents of another country is termed as international banking. Mostly multinational companies and individuals uses this banking facility for transaction. International banking is any type of banking that takes place across international border. It is an old practice that originated in the Renaissance as lenders loaned money to foreign kings. That is, it was there from the Renaissance period itself. In the contemporary world, it is used by the individuals and companies seeking affordable banking condition in a global marketplace. That is, nowadays individuals and companies are utilizing these services. Definition of international banking. According to the Bank for International Settlement Committee on Global Financial System, international banking is when a bank headquartered in one country extends credit to country of another country is termed as international banking. That is, international banking is when a bank headquartered in one country extend credit facilities to the residents of another country. For example, when a Canadian bank lends money to Americans, it is termed as the international banking. According to Eric Philip Davis, a senior researcher at the National Institute of Economic and Social Research in UK, opined that it also includes domestic loans made in foreign currencies. That is, domestic loans in terms of foreign currency can also be included as international banking services. As and when an American bank issue loans to an American resident in euro rather than in US dollar, it can also be considered as an international banking. It also include deposit made to foreign bank. When an American keeps money in banks in Switzerland or Bahamas is termed as international. If a resident keeps deposit in another country can also be considered as an international. These are some of the definitions of the international banking. Now the types of services offered by international. First one, trade financing. An international bank arranges the finance for the traders who wants to deal with the foreign country. That is, they provide trade finance for the international trade. Then second one, they helps in foreign exchange matters. That the core services provided by international banks are to arrange a foreign exchange for the import-export purposes. That is, they arrange the foreign exchange. And then next one is hedge funds. The international bank hedge the funds by buying securities at the lower price level and sell it when the price level. That is, this bank helps in hedging the funds. Then they offer investment banking services. That it also offer an investment banking services by signing underwriting of shares, financial decisions for investment, etc. Then the types of international bankings are given here. There exist nearly 5 types of international banking. They are correspondence bank, hedge act bank, offshore banking centers, subsidiaries, and foreign branch banks. First one is correspondent bank. Correspondent bank involves the relationship between different banks which are in different countries. That is, the relationship between different branches in different countries is termed relationship between different banks which are in different countries is termed as correspondence bank. This types of bank is generally used by the multinational companies for their international banking. This types of bank is in small in size and provides services to those clients who are out of their country. That is, here the relationship between different banks which are in different countries are they consist or termed as correspondence banks, but these are small in number. Second one is Edge Act Bank. Edge Act Bank are based on the Constitution Amendment of 1919 in US. They will operate business internationally under the amendment. That is, this provision was provided, the international banking facility was provided by the amendment of 1990. Then it is mainly in US. Then another type is offshore banking centers. It is a type of banking sector which allows foreign accounts. Offshore banking is free from banking regulation of that particular country. It provides all types of products and services. This is also an international service, that is offshore banking facilities. Then another type is subsidiaries. Subsidiaries are the banks which incorporates in one country, which is either partially or completely owned by a parent bank in the another country. That is, subsidiary banks are banks which incorporates in one country, which is either partially or completely owned by a parent bank in another country. The affiliates are somewhat different from the subsidiaries, like it is not owned by a parent bank and it works independently. That is, here subsidiaries means they work independently, but they function as a subsidiary of a parent bank. The next one is foreign branch bank. Foreign banks are the banks which are legally tied up with the parent bank but operates in foreign nation. A foreign bank follows the rules and regulations of both the country, home country and host country. These types of banks are known as foreign branch bank. That is, they have to follow the rules and regulation of both the home and host country. These are the various types of the international, that is correspondence banks. That is the relationship between different banks which are in different countries. This mainly used by the multinationals. Edge Act means there is a provision given for international banking. Offshore banking centers means the services allowed in the foreign countries, but this won't be under the rules and regulation of that particular country. Subsidiaries are the partial or completely owned by the parent country, but they will be independent, functioning independent. Foreign branch means bank, they are the branches of the foreign country, but they have to obey the rules and regulations of both home and host country. Now the features of international bankings are given here. An international bank account has many of the same features as the typical domestic bank account, yet it also has several differences, including the ability to hold an account in multiple currencies. That is, they can hold the deposits in multiple currencies. Then easy international transfers, and these are some of the features. Let us see what are the features. First one, multiple currencies. If you travel often among several countries, having an international bank account in multiple currencies can offer you several advantages. One is that you will have easy access to local currency via ATM. You can also enjoy significant exchange rate savings, etc. That is, we can hold, or one of the important feature of the international banking is that it helps in keeping the money in multiple currency. Then another feature is that easy international transfers are possible with an international bank account. Online banking. Most of the international bank account gives you the ability to conduct banking online, including the ability to access your account anytime from anywhere in the world. Then minimum fees. Many of the banks that offer international bank account offer significant savings on fees you would otherwise incur. That is, in the case of holding multiple accounts, many will also attach a saving account that carries no fees and no minimum balances. That is, the amount of transaction cost due to other means can be avoided if we have accounts in international banks. Then advantages of the international banking are: first one, flexibility. That is, international banking facility provides flexibility to the multinational companies to deal in multiple currencies. Second one, accessibility. International banking provides accessibility and ease of doing business to the companies from different countries. That is, they can easily do their business if they are undergoing or if they have international banking account. Then smooth international transactions. That is, international banking allows the business to make international bill payments smooth and transparent, as well as in a speedier manner. account maintenance. A multinational company can maintain the records of the global account in a fair manner with the help of international banking. That is, they can keep their bank account with one bank which have international banking facility. Broader access to investment opportunities. Then another advantage is that enjoy competitive currency exchange rate. That is, opportunity to determine which rate of exchange is more favorable, convert the cash into either currency and then exchange it for another one that yield more returns. That is, enjoy the competitive currency exchange rate mechanism. Some of the problems faced by the international banking are the risk associated with the international banks. That includes currency risk. That is, an international bank has to be familiar with the currency exchange rate while doing the business internationally. Those who are unaware of the situation have to face the currency risk. Second one, political risk also. That is the risk associated with the political situations of the different nations will also creates problems in the smooth functioning of the international bank account. Then reputation risk means the reputational risk means the potential loss in the reputational capital based on either real or observed loss in perpetual capital. That is, sometimes the bank have to face the reputation in the form of the rumors, the data manipulation, bad customer service experience, etc. This reputation risk also sometimes happens, and it is a problem in the case of the international banking. And another one is systemic risk. It is not related to a particular one bank, but it affects the whole economy. That is, systemic risk is associated with the failure of big entity. That is, the international if the international banking system fails, then it will if one international big bank fails, it will create a situation of systemic risk, and this also creates a problem with the international banking system. These are some of the important risk associated: currency risk, that is exchange rate risk, political situations prevailing in countries, and then reputation of the bank and systemic risk are some of the problems faced by the international banking. Even though there exists some risk or the problems associated with the international banking system, we know that with the globalization and growing economies around the world tried their best to the development of international banking facilities. So nowadays the international banking facility has become an important aspects of the financial transaction. With the access to technology, banking facilities have grown vastly, and one prime example of it is the international banking. That is, with the globalization, and technological development, the banking facilities have grown vastly, and as a result, the international banking facilities has also increased. Big business houses are expanding themselves at a rapid pace, and to maintain the growth, this business will need the financial services of international. That is, nowadays the growth of the financial business companies is not limited to a particular or domestic region. It is growing internationally, and therefore international bank has an important role to play, and the demand for banking facilities will also increase in the near future due to the development or improvement in the technology and other means of payment. The international banking system will have a bright future in the coming years. Therefore, we have examined the international banking services, their objective, vision, importance, and various types of the international banking services.